Let's talk about it, shall we? The California thing from what was it? Anime Expo, right? Or after Anime Expo? Freaking Aki made a video on it. I can't believe she's actually gonna talk about it. I'll be honest with you. I find that pretty fucking disgusting, to be honest. Don't look at me. I'm looking at you. That shit is nasty, though. I'm gonna be honest. I did see some of the videos. I literally saw some of those videos and whatnot. Dude, that shit is nasty. Apparently, some people got sick or so after. I don't know if it's true or anything like that, because remember, it's from Twitter. Don't believe everything on the internet, okay? But apparently, like, some people got sick or so. I can't confirm if it's true or not true, but yeah. I can't wait to see
Hey
this.
friends, Takidaris.
I'll be curious
Some
to
of
see
you
what she has to
have
talk about
probably
it.
heard the famous quote from an anime called Danganronpa in Season 3 when the character Ryota says,
"Anime is an important part of our culture!"
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the culture.
Oh my god, right. Oh my god.
Man sues FanimeCon after drinking cosplayers' foot juice. You start suing these people? Like, you actually start suing the event people? That's wild, dude. That's crazy. Dude, that is your fault for doing that, to be honest. This shit's nasty, dude. This shit is straight up nasty. You know exactly what you're getting yourself into, dude. Fucking deplorable asses, dude. I don't really think this is like anime shit. I just think it's just a bunch of like simps and everything like that. And just like literally people who are just like maidenless. Yeah, they're just like straight up maidenless style, you know?
Several men in California are planning to sue FanimeCon after getting lung infections from drinking foot juice sold by
That's what you get. You fuck around and find out, and this is what happens. You can't do that, dude. If that's actually true, because if it wasn't on the grounds of the convention, and even then, the convention isn't holding this either. This was literally straight up like people who were just doing it or so. So it's not even the convention itself, dude.
female cosplayers. The incident reportedly happened during FanimeCon 2026 in San Jose, where a group of female cosplayers began selling cups of red drink for $15. But the drink came with a strange
All
twist.
I have to say is I think personally these girls who actually do it or so, I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. I don't think these are anime fans. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because I remember in the old times or so, when it comes to like anime conventions and stuff like that, it was pretty niche. But we were having fun with the medium, you know, like with the cosplays, we getting to know one another, you know, we get to connect, share our anime together. It was very like very like kind of like a very like small niche community where we can where we can be ourselves and everything like that, you know. They made about $1,000 if I'm not mistaken. Pfft, wow, dude, that's crazy. That's a bunch of losers, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. All those guys who literally got sick or so, well deserved. Well fucking deserved, dude. I have no sympathy. I literally have no sympathy for them, to be frankly honest. You get what you fucking deserve, bro. I'm like, there's a thing called you fuck around and you find out, dude. That's all I gotta say about that. I'm like, brother, that's what you get, bro. That's what you get.
The women would place their feet inside the drink, and when a man paid, they would lift their feet out and let the liquid drip down from their feet for him to drink.
That's nasty, dude. That's actually straight up nasty.
Say I'm not the baddest
Yeah, that's how I feel right now, Aki. I really do feel like that, to be frankly honest. When I saw this popped up on my timeline feed, dude, this shit was nasty, dude. That's the problem. Things going mainstream, you get new problems. That's the problem when it comes to like the anime in general. I feel like the anime industry, or the anime scene, I should say, has gotten to like to a point or so where these people, I don't consider these people as anime fans. I really don't. Every single one of these people, I don't consider it as anime fans, because actual anime people would never do something like this, to be frankly honest. Like the actual, like, we're talking about like early, like 2000s anime fans, you know, like the way early days, you know. These people are just like, I'm gonna be honest with you, these people are just LARPers at the end of the day. They're just only joining the because of the how popular it is. That's about it, you know. I bet you they can't even name 10 animes that's not part of the mainstream shit, to be honest. I bet you they can't even do that, to be honest.
My brother in Christ. Okay. It's a good thing I didn't overreact. So, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the video that you have all just witnessed, unfortunately, is not AI. It was actually taken by an attendee who went to an event hosted near an anime convention called FanimeCon. Now, I'm somewhat of a cosplayer myself, and Fanime is an anime convention that has had a pretty good standing in the community over the years, but I have never seen anything from this convention. I've never seen any videos or photos from it. It's just by word of mouth, and I really hate that the first video I see from this convention is some cosplayers trying to feed their feet water to attendees. I need to roll it back and just read you guys this article because it can word it way better than I can. New York Post, let's go. Cosplay stars caught hawking truly revolting products at California Anime Festival, and they sold out. Things got downright disgusting during a recent Bay Area Anime Festival after a video surfaced of several of its cosplay stars hawking the fresh feet juice during the 4-day-long FanimeCon in San Jose, Bay Area. In videos and pictures from the anime convention on social media, stars dressed up in their favorite anime character outfits seated outside the downtown festival next to giant coolers filled with both blue and red liquid. The female stars held up signs that read, quote, "Fresh feet juice," followed by a very wonderful photo of this guy. No, not him. Him. That man is me. That's
also me, to be honest.
Man, I have no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna be honest with you. Can we just can you just I'm gonna be honest with you. We just need to cut off California and send it off into the middle of the ocean and just let it do its own thing over there. Just cut it. Just grab a giant ass fucking saw. Cut it, right? Cut the border, right? And then send it over to the middle of the ocean or something like that, and then we don't have to worry about it, you know? Just go send it over there. Just send it drifting over there.
These girls made some hella bank doing this event. Like, they sold out. Meanwhile, I feel like I'm owed royalties because WikiFeed keeps uploading every single screenshot that they can grab of every video and every post that I make that just so happens to have my foot. In fact, actually, here, I'll just feed you guys. Ha! So, continuing on, people were offered the chance to take a shot of whatever was inside the coolers or pay a bit more to drink the juice directly off the feet of the cosplay girls. Flying cars, they said.
Nasty.
No, feet juice. We've progressed. It is unclear exactly what was in the cooler, but at least one video appeared to show that vodka was involved. That's wild. You know what's crazy about this event is that they're very easy to get into. Like, this took place at a park next to FanimeCon. Let me just say that the convention did not organize this. Technically, this did not happen at the convention, but everyone from the convention just went to a park and then held this event. This is not the first time that they've held this event. I know that this is a thing that they do. And actually, I think one year there was a complaint that there were even minors that came to the park. Like, literally anybody and their cousin can come to this. There's no entrance fee. It's just open. And so wild shit happens like this, you know? And I'm personally not up for that kind of crowd. That's a bit too wild for me, and now this has only solidified it. So, it continues on to say, it wasn't just one or two people that lined up for the chance to lick the juice off their feet. Videos and photos showed both guys and girls jumping at the chance to drink the disgusting juice. Oh my gosh,
that's nasty, dude. Girls are actually jumping in and drinking on this shit? That's ugh, fuck, that's nasty, dude. That's actually fucking disgusting, dude. Fucking a shame. Every single person literally in in this fucking event should be ashamed of themselves, to be honest. Fucking actually disgusting, dude. These are not anime fans. I'm gonna be honest with you. Every one of these people are not anime fans.
That man. Not him. Him. Oh, and her too. That cannot be hygienic. And that's a lot saying for an anime con. You know that this is a lot saying for an anime convention that this is unhygienic. Look, I've gotten a tattoo done at an anime con, and that's already like risky in itself. Anime cons, they are not clean. Yeah. They are some of the most like disgusting, sweat-filled places that are all just like compact into one building.
Actually, to be honest, the one convention that I went to is not like that, actually, to be honest. Besides that one instance or so where that one dude smelled like he was like didn't take a shower whatsoever. So there was that one dude specifically, but that was like kind of like basically it though.
Just because you're at a park doesn't mean that it makes it any cleaner. The foot juice was apparently very popular, with attendees claiming that the juice sold out in an hour per the report.
That's
That is
nasty.
so wild. Feet people are crazy, dude. Feet people are so dedicated.
I don't even think it's just feet people. I just think it's just people who are doing it for the memes, and then some people who are just literally maidenless, to be honest. They're literally, they're a girl named Jill or so that's back at it, you know, that's literally their helping hand or so named Jill, doesn't satisfy them long enough, to be honest.
I would know. Again, that wiki feed is always updating. Also, they give happy birthdays to me. Y'all think I don't check that every now and then? I do. Sometimes it's like in the back of my head being like, I wonder if they're still active. They are. Alive and well. Comments on social media were varied, with many pointing out how disgusting it was. I'm not even surprised at this rate as to why the anime community has such a bad reputation. So fucking true. Back in my day, alright, in the early 2000s, we had things like the Yaoi paddle. We had things like Nekomimi, which was like headphones that were supposed to make it look like that cat ears would move and it was supposedly
I
connected
remember
to your
that.
brainwaves. Absolutely fucking not, by the way. And then we had a drink at every anime convention called Tentacle Grape, because at that time, tentacle stuff was like at its peak. It was like a big meme at that time.
Yes.
But it was still like hygienic and store-bought grape juice
Yes.
with just a different packaging. So there was nothing unhygienic about it. It was just a funny meme. So we've gone from Tentacle Grape to VR sex in public. Yeah. To now just drink.
Yeah, I actually did know that this was a couple years back or so where they literally started doing like VR like hentai shit. And I was just kind of like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all, dude? This is some fucking weird ass shit, bro. Keep that shit in your fucking room, dude. I do not want to know how many fucking like amount of fucking hip thrusts you're gonna be doing to a fucking plastic doll in VR, dude, in front of a bunch of people, dude. I don't care, dude. I do not want to see that shit. Get that shit out of here, dude. Like, I don't even know how that's even allowed, to be frankly honest, to be seeing that.
The juice off of women. Look, if you're into feet, whatever. I'm convinced that it's probably the biggest closeted fetish in the world, all right? But like, why would you do it at an anime con? And also, like, after she's probably like walked around in that cosplay, it is sweaty. There's like dust bunnies in between the toes. It's really sticky. Actually, that probably adds to it for some of these people, because this guy looks like he's having a great time. Another video on TikTok showed the foot juice wasn't all that was being offered at the con, with someone holding up a sign offering to slap or step on people for $5. What is going on? Like, what happened at Fanime? In the clip, the woman apparently paid one of the cosplay stars to slap her.
Babe, stop! Stop it! I need that. I will pay money for someone to step on me, please. Oh my god, can I get slapped?
I mean, okay.
Oh man, dude, that's wild, dude. That's actually kind of crazy to see that. Not gonna lie, man. That's crazy. It's, yeah, they did it at a park, at a public park. That's literally where it was done at, to be honest. It's not even associated to the convention or on the convention grounds. It was literally at a park near the convention.
Being slapped, I mean, it's weird, but it's actually like, I've seen it at cons before. Back then, millennials, you will remember this. We used to put up just signs that said free hugs. I think we still do that today. But we also had another
Yes.
sign that said glomp me. Let me tell all of you youngsters what that
my
means. If you
God,
had
that's
a
a
sign that
throwback.
said glomp me, it meant that you wanted a whole bunch of people to just throw themselves on you, like their whole bodies, like how the anime girl comes in and like just throws her entire body onto like the guy she likes. That was called a glomp. So we've always
That's a
just been
throwback.
like this. We've just gotten worse, I think, as the years have gone by.
I don't think it has gotten worse. I think it's because how anime has become mainstream. These people have joined the bandwagon of it and the fame and everything, and they think they're anime fans. They think they are. They are. But they're the most casuals of casuals in the entire world, to be frankly honest. And they're deciding to take advantage of lonely guys, lonely desperate guys or so, that will do anything for an ounce of coochie. Not even just an ounce of coochie, but just an ounce of like estrogen feminine scent nearby, you know? It's fucking wild, dude. That's all I gotta say, man.
There were several options on the board, including to pay $20 to have one of the cosplay stars walk you like a dog.
What
It is
the
unclear what
hell?
that meant, as there were no videos of this taking place. Why are anime fans like so horny? Like, it's borderline like an open air swingers party. This is what it's starting to sound like.
The only reason why is because they can't get coochie. That's the reason why. That's just literally just straight up is what it is, you know? Especially it's a lot worse in California, to be honest. I'm like, the dating scene in California is pretty fucking bad, so.
Always loved going to anime conventions to go
These
to
are
the
young
artist alleys.
audiences,
I
from
loved
what it
going to
looks like it.
DDR competitions. I loved getting all the different types of merch and going to panels and seeing voice actors. I always avoided those panels like the plague. You know exactly what panels I'm talking about. The panels that were like spin the bottle or like speed dating. It was never a good sign. Like, I've heard nothing but like horrible stories happening from those. It's people who just get overhyped, overreact, and super horny for whatever reason. I don't know what it is about an anime convention that makes people so horny, but they are.
It's because of the cosplays. That's the reason why. They get to see sexy girls cosplaying. That's the reason why. That's like literally legit the only reason why. I'm like, what do you want to, like, what do you expect at the end of the day? I'm like, these guys don't get an ounce of coochie. All they do is just literally, you know, they watch their favorite waifu and go check on Rule 34 and jork it off, and that's basically it, you know? I'm like, I get it, you know, you like your waifu, you want to jork it off and everything, but brother in Christ, you don't take that shit into the real world, into a convention. You don't turn on your horny mode, okay? All right? Nobody is interested in your horny mode, okay? All right? That's all I gotta say.
And now it's just like gotten bigger. Now, what's even wilder is that now there's also a claim here that some of the men who drank the juice off of these feet have now ended up in the hospital after receiving a lung infection from this event and are now suing the convention to get them to pay for the bills. I don't believe it. I've looked into this and I couldn't see anything about that. And if it really is true that someone ended up in the hospital after getting a lung infection from drinking the juice off of a cosplayer's feet, whose fault is that really? I guess if there's any good news that came out of this, the cosplayers probably made some hella bank. I saw that some of them were charging like $20 for these guys to drink the juice off of their feet, and that is a ripoff. They should have had another cardboard sign that said, "Bricks and mini dicks, we steal from feet people," because paying $20 to drink feet juice is wild and diabolical in itself. I used to think that anime conventions were on a ticking time bomb for some.
That is also true. You're actually not wrong, because they see the hot cosplayer and they usually try to, you know, that was a thing too as well, where like some of the people like to put their hands on the cosplayers at conventions, so they kind of like made a ruler so that you can't really, like, you know, you can't go that far with them specifically, you know? Like, there was a lot of cosplayers that were like really uncomfortable of how like very hands-on some of the guys are at conventions. So definitely when I do cosplay, or so when I go to conventions and everything like that, I'm gonna have to have some extra people with me or so, to making sure, you know, that doesn't happen and everything like that. So
sort of like massacre to happen. I don't, just because of the way that things have been in the US in recent years. But how naive of me to think that that was more likely to happen than a pandemic of lung infections happening after drinking feet juice from cosplayers. It's so on brand. Of course that it had to be the latter. It always just amazes me that the foot fetish is actually just so big. What is it, like 1 out of 10 people have a foot fetish and just like don't admit it? It's actually huge. And so with that being said, I mean, you know, if I can't beat them, join them.
Are you a degenerate out of
fuck
bathwater?
that.
All stocked up on foot juice? Now introducing Grated E-Girl Cheese. Hand grated from the driest convention feet in collaboration with Akadiares. Sprinkle it on pasta, dust it on ramen, or just eat it straight from the bottle. 100% organic grated E-Girl Cheese now available on OnlyFeet.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Ah, Lord, dude.
Hey friends,
It's wild, dude. I'll be honest with you. Like, honestly, straight up, this shit is just straight up nasty, dude. Like, I don't know, dude. This just wild to see this. I'm like, what a bunch of deplorable dudes, to be honest. If someone actually got sick from it, all I have to say is, hey man, you got no one else to blame but yourself, you know? That's all I gotta say. You know, yeah, I saw this and everything. This shit was just straight up just rancid, dude. This shit's just nasty. Like, I don't know what the fuck they were expecting drinking foot juice. What in the hell? Belle Delphine really opened a Pandora's box. Yeah, pretty much, you know. This is one occasion where I really wish those videos are AI. Free hug sounds much better than and more hygienic. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you want to do this shit behind closed doors. I do not need to see this shit in a public space, to be honest. Like, I straight up, I do not care, dude. I'm like, take that shit and put that shit in a private place and you go do that over there, okay? You go have fun with that shit over there. But man, dude, bringing that shit, dude. Ugh, dude. Yeah, like I said specifically, honestly, it's something that like just kind of like gets me a little bit like oof. Has again it gets me a little gives me some chills and not in the best way or like in a scary way, more like in the most disgusting way as much as possible, to be honest. Like I said, I frankly I do actually think these people are not anime fans, to be frankly honest, because like holy shit, dude. I feel like they're just horny people who just want to get that cosplay coochie, you know? That's about it though. But anyways, that's the end of the video. And peace.